I hope it was good, your own alignment there in Uxmal. So, of course, we didn't have much time to do many things there, but because we've been these 3 days activating and organizing information within ourselves, so that's why all it took was to align a little bit. So the goal to be here is that even if, because we are in the same spectrum of Uxmal, but here we can become a little bit more weird. That's it. That's the intention. So what are those 3 times? We were integrating these 3 days, past, present, and future. So the past is basically the structure that holds us being what we are today. So every cell is the sign according to our past. So here and now, we are basically living past. So what is the present? The present is actually the full awareness that we are here and now, unifying everything that we are, recognizing who we are here and now. So mostly we don't live the present. That's something we should achieve. The present, as I said, is the one that holds all the knowledge and the awareness of who you are today. But the future represents all the probabilities that our brain perceives, but also all the probabilities that the conjunction of realities decide on what to become, which means all the futures are happening exactly in this instant, but the data from the present determines which one is going to be expressed. So, of course, it seems silly to explain that whatever you do in the present will create the future. But when you think about it, all the futures are possible. Everything is existing, but the conjunction of all data in the present determines the future. So, sometimes one of the things that we do creating future is that we create the future according to the past because of our perceptions. So because of those perceptions, we always create a possible future according to our expectations because we are too lazy. So it doesn't matter what happened in the future, what could we create in the future, we will project things from the past. And the programs that we project in the future are related to these 3 needs, the Holy Trinity of needs. So integrating the Holy Trinity of needs with the Holy Trinity of potentialities, we create present. And from there we can create any possibility, anything that is new. We are here, I repeat, because what happened 65 million years ago in this land allows us to be here. And that generated a trauma that separated our point of view of reality. So one of the reasons why we are here trying to open that memory in this territory is because in the next 100 years, we are going to be visited 3 times by an asteroid that could do the same. So the first visit will be in 2029, the second 2036, and the last one 2060 something. And I mean the last one is because it might turn another course because of the gravity of the sun, or because it hit us. So one of the main things that we have to think about in the next 100 years is how are we going to transform this possibility? And one of the possibilities is that a lot of people for that time, for sure, will already have left the planet forever. But of course, if we do that, we will expand this poison, which is unconsciousness, to other planets, other worlds. And this is the beginning of the story of why many of you are here, for sure. This feeling of sensation or memory that you came from a star or from the future or the past to tell in this present that we have to heal something, that we have to correct something. So this to correct something is not that something is wrong and we have to do it right. It's that we can always choose another option. And of course, if you are here, it's because we are trying to find a conscious option. No? So one of the questions that might appear to us is, what is the relationship of putting together people to make circles and sing in Uxmal with going to Mars? Like, what's the difference that we can make in this? So one of the reasons why we do this is because something that I explained these 3 days, which is that our molecules, they reorganize according to frequency. So if we reorganize ourselves with this frequency, what happens is that those same molecules or structures in our cells will also be aligned in some other people that we don't even know. So it's like the butterfly effect. And by doing that, we also can correct some stuff in our cells to heal some things in our present that can free ourselves or others in the past and others in the future. Because remember that in other dimensions, there's no time. So whatever you do here now is changing in all possibilities. So that's why going to centers of power, places that are sacred, aligns us and help us access certain points of time that we can start balance. So the importance of today, of doing this today, is because today is an equinox. And during the equinox, it means that the planet Earth is equally aligned in the light of the sun, in the North Pole and South Pole. Both has half light, half night. It's the only day in which that is perfect. That line is perfect. So basically it's the half of the North Pole and half of the South Pole are enlightened at the same moment, which means also that there is light and clarity in both eyes of the world. So that's why if we take these two eyes as North Pole and South Pole, it means that light is coming to both eyes at the same time, so we can balance light and dark exactly equally. So that's the name equinox, are two nodes that are equal, that are equilibrated. So that's why in days like this one, the veils of time are more flexible. But that's why we can access easily to certain data or certain information. So, so the task that we will do today is not about individual. We're going to work together as an engine, okay, with these gears to make it work. And what do we want for it to work? To align and balance aspects of the precession of the equinoxes. The precession of the equinoxes, and today is an equinox, so it's perfect. The precession of the equinoxes is the one that every time that the Earth finds a balance, it moves 1 degree back, 1 degree back. So it starts to move backwards and backwards. So every equinox, what we do is to start aligning with the northern stars, going backwards. So that's why to access through an equinox to the concept of the precession of the equinoxes helps us to access all the information of this instrument that is time. We are in ancient places, but because today we have the myth of these ancient places, like we follow stories, culture, and traditions that has been passed on in these cultures. But at the beginning, this was not a tradition, this was technology. So one of the things that the ancients used to do is to use exact moments of time in specific moments, specific places on Earth, so we can access and balance that, information through time and space. I don't know if you remember, but during 2024, we are sowing these crystal seeds in different nodes of the planet to do exactly that, to connect these different places in different times. So those crystals that we are delivering in every solstice and equinox are the crystals that we charge with energy. Antarctica, and that trip that the instruments didn't work and we couldn't pee. Those are the instruments. Those are the crystals. So today we are also calibrating us with 5 of these nodes that are going to be connected in our task today. So we are balancing the time and space there. So Alaska, Polynesia, Nukuhiva, Easter Island, Rapa Nui, Australia, in the west of Australia, Sao Tome and Príncipe in Africa. So those are the 5 places where it's been delivered or they are delivering right now in nature. They are being delivered by 3 walkers from the network that has been randomly chosen to go there and bring the crystals. So these 5 nodes that we are activating today are part of 20 nodes from the icosahedron that are holding the main nodes of the planet, which are 12. So remember that the sphere of the Earth has 12 faces with pentagonal faces, which are like the archangels or the rays of light, and they are being held by an icosahedron, which is 20 triangular faces. So that's the structure of our net. So the thing that we're going to do here is to calibrate those 12 faces through time, which is the 12 circles of time for each one of the eras. Yesterday we did it for ourselves. Now we're going to do it for all of us together. So 12 of these hourglasses that we worked yesterday, we are going to create those circles here. We're going to calibrate with frequencies the time, and then we're going to create a bigger circle to do the last activation. So to do that, we're going to divide the groups in the zodiac signs. So we are going to divide again in the circles of Aries, Taurus, Gemini, whoever. If you are from that sign, so you go to that group. So that's how we are going to do the circle of time of each era. We're going to go through this history of those ages, of those eras. And then we're all going to do a circle, which is the crater of the asteroid, Chicxulub. Meaning that each one of you will be a cenote. If you don't know what a cenote is, it's a hole done, it's with fresh water that are hidden in the rainforest. So if you see a map of the cenotes, there are many all over the Yucatan Peninsula, but most of them, like half or more than half of all of them, they're all like creating the edge of the crater. Yeah? Because the cenotes are the result of the collision of that asteroid, and it's a geological creation because of that. So every time you go to a cenote, it's like entering into part of the wound, let's say, of that asteroid. So when we do the greatest circle, we all going to become a cenote ourselves to create the crater. So what are we going to do? Through the circles of time and the circles of space, what we're going to do is to bring all the confusing energy around into the center, bringing all the chakras, all the information to the center to create the axis. This is kind of like a family constellation, again. So, but this time is like making a constellation for 12 eras and a constellation of the crater. So the intention of all this is to access this information through time and space, so we can grab all the information that is around because of the explosion and the dissipation through time, and we bring it all to the center, so the unconscious becomes in the center conscious. We don't have to understand or receive something. We just have to reorganize energy. So I'm not asking for you to start to channel Atlantis or something like that, or run around like a dinosaur. That you can also do that. So what we are going to do is just to bring balance and organize with the sounds, like we did these 3 days. All the information that we can feel that is around, flying around, that is dispersed, and we bring it inside. So what we're going to do here is like we did yesterday with the astrological chart, that we acknowledge that there is points of gravity. So when we feel these points of gravity, we organize them in our center, so they become tools with consciousness. So we take benefit of the equinox because it's a portal day, so the information expands faster to everywhere. So what I'm going to ask to all of you is to try to find a place where to leave your stuff so you can move, because we're going to move. So leave all the things on the sides and remember where you put it. And then we will start to organize the groups like we did the other day. Aries first here in the side, then Taurus, Gemini, and so on until we arrive to Pisces in this other side. Do you all know your sun sign? Call your sign. So in my left is Aries, in my right is Pisces. Virgo must be aside. Everyone can hear me? If anyone has something hanging from your body, just leave it on the floor so you can move. Try to organize a little bit more the circle by walking a little bit to the center, so you can form the circle properly. Huh? There's no need for you to be like touching each other, but also become aware that you have to move your arms. So don't be like stick to one another. Bien. This is the moment to decide if you want to be barefoot, to ask your body what it needs to be more comfortable. Pay attention on how your body feels. Take this moment to perceive what do you need to leave. If you need to find another position, those who are observing from home, you can also accompany us with your imagination. I take a moment to observe the ground, the green, the soil, observing, paying attention to how my feet are positioned on the ground. I can play a little bit with the ground so I can feel more grounded. With my eyes open, observing the ground. I go all around, observing the ground until I find a spot and I stare at it. Solo contemplando este punto. I let my sight observing this spot. I don't observe anything else, just that. I take a deep breath and slowly, very slowly, I breathe out through the nose. I repeat this all the times I need. With every breath, I allow myself to become the heat, to become the humidity. Without taking your sight from that spot, just allow your body to move if you need it, as you become part of the heat. I take a deep breath and I blow the air very soft and slow, like if I am blowing a candle. I repeat this once and again to calibrate the temperature within and outside. feel the pressure in my head and accompany it to my eyes. I become aware of all the things that I have seen, observed, heard. Think about all the things that you have been perceiving these days, from the TV, news, from your phone, comments that people did to you, all the thoughts and ideas that are running around in your mind right now. All of it. Bring it all to your eyes, from your head. Take a deep breath. Take a moment to release all of these thoughts, ideas, images, all of it to the ground, into that spot that you are observing right now. Discharge your mind, giving it all to earth. I accompany this process of letting go the images and the ideas with deep breath. And every time that I release through my mouth, I let go to the ground the emotions and feelings, the sensations, all of it, good ones and bad ones. Take a deep breath and release. Again, stronger. I feel that I release through my mouth all the emotions. As I breathe deep, I go to the intestines to find all these emotions and release them through the throat, crossing the heart. Without any shame, release everything that is inside. Allow yourself to release to the ground all the excess of emotional energy. I take my time now to release the static from my body, shaking my hands, cleaning my shoulders, taking all the excessive energy of the statics from my body, all to the ground. And when I feel ready, observing the ground, I start to close my eyes. I pay attention to the sounds. Pay attention to the birds, to the plants, to the music, to the sounds and noises, externals from the circles, to the sound of my breathing. I incorporate everything through the sound. It doesn't matter what noise or sound is there. Now it's part of this task. I integrate it all. I become aware that I find myself in the lands of Uxmal. One of the most ancient portals of humanity. I honor my body for bringing me here to this place. I honor my soul for having led me to this moment. I honor my spirit for creating this situation. and I honor all those around me for being part of these gears of time. I become aware that the information within my DNA, my cells, has gone through all the ages of this earth, and that every story, every experience through time are living within me in this moment. Every emotion, feeling, action that I take today is just a reaction from all this memory. Take a deep breath. As I take a deep breath, I honor all the ancestors that hold me here, standing in this circle. In this same way, the DNA is designed in spirals because of electricity, light, searching thousands of options to transcend through time towards the future. All the probabilities and possibilities of myself projected in the future are already written within me. It's my consciousness, the one that decides what is the direction. I take a deep breath and I honor all those who I might become. I become aware that here and now I am the biggest point of gravity between all my space and time. I am the sun of my own past and future. All the times bend towards me like a star. I perceive myself as the point of gravity of everything around me, creating the shape of a twister, bringing towards my heart everything. I become this way a star in a constellation. And I recognize which is the constellation that I am shaping. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Escorpio, Sagitario, Capricornio, Acuario, Piscis, take a deep breath. I start to resound with my constellation. With strength, I made myself here to the other stars. With the sound, I walk backwards through the precession of the equinoxes to find the answer. Pisces, the era of faith. Remember the masters, the saints and the avatars. Aries, remember the sacrifice, the effort in every battle to shape the society. Taurus, remember the first sedentaries, the expansion of agriculture, the first civilizations around the rivers and the fertile soil. Gemini, remember those brothers that expand through Earth, finding new horizons, discovering the world. Cancer, remember the great civilization of the Mother. Those who protected the seed to start a new beginning after the great flood. Leo, remember the leaders and the wise ones of the new earth, those who made the plan to bring heaven on earth, the builders of the pyramids, the great architect. Virgo, remember the story of Atlantis, the first avatars, the mother of all seeds. The order of this world. Libra, remember the fall of Lemuria, the last songs of the people of the seas upon the people of the continents, the great balance of the world. Scorpio, remember the story of the Anunnaki, the gods that brought the light from the sky to the ground, to the shadows of the caves, changing the course of history of humanity, bringing them to the shadows. Sagittarius, remember the expansion of humanity, the explosion of the Krakatau, forcing all humans to move to the Americas, Europe, Australia. The great exodus that made us be humans. Capricorn, remember the story of the Neanderthals, the last ones that lived in the caves, the ones that discovered the art in the womb of the mother. Survival. Aquarius, remember the story of the Rainbow Bridge. Where those children of the stars created the bridges to every continent, bringing the seeds of water. Take a deep breath. We have arrived to the reflection of here and now. All the history that we have walked through, the confusion, chaos, distortion, it was a path to the Rainbow Bridge. And today we start to weave it again. Take a deep breath, and with our sounds and movement, we start to reorganize all this chaos of every one of our stories towards the center, building the Rainbow Bridge in each one of our circles. Start to organize the information towards the center, searching for all the codes of the story of your own constellation, moving your body, walking, singing, dancing. Just feel free to grab the information within your own circle until you balance it all within you and in the center of the circle. Feel free, use all your body and all your voice. Use your hands and your movement to weave everything that you perceive it's out of tune to the center of your being. Allow your body to do whatever it feels to search for that story. Use all the vowels through all the information. Organize all this information within you with your hands. With your bodies, with your singing, grab all this information and bring it to the center, physically, with all the others, putting together all this information that you are grabbing. Connecting your hands, your shoulders, siendo uno, becoming one, and organizing all the information from the lowest to the highest. Resonamos. Breathe y ordenamos con las vocales. Canto, ordeno. Inspire, everyone, together, strong. Start to weave with your hands the information of your star, going backwards until you all create only one huge circle. The 12 become one. Each one at its own time, using your own hands, slowly to weave a big circle, mixing the information of all the stars. Some of you may be in front, some of you in the back. It doesn't matter. We create the circle. We all observe to the center of the circle, the crater of Chicxulub, where the story of the stars changed the history of Earth. We observe the center of the circle. We become aware that each one of us is a cenote, a well of water containing the 12 rays of the light, the rainbow. In our blood, in our plasma, the light of the sun reflects, projecting fractals of 12 colors. All these 12 rays of color are disorganized and reflecting every living being through unconsciousness. But because of consciousness, we can organize them all to the center to bring white light. Through our eyes, the photons are redirected to the white light. As we set the intention of unifying the light of every living being in the cosmos throughout our eyes to bring order and consciousness. Take a deep breath. And with our sound, frequency, and light, we start to balance the biggest trauma of our history. A broken heart. With all my body, with my singing and movements, I look down the earth where the cosmic seed is laying down, the seed of the asteroid. I connect with all the broken hearts of history, with my own memories and those before me. I use my body as the heartbeat. I activate in me the oldest of all songs, the one that repairs time and space. Stronger. I sing to all the times that my heart was broken. Strong. I sing to every heart broken for my own story, to the others. To every myth, every legend, every culture, every tradition, the broken heart of every civilization, of every tribe. I remember the first heart broken of every human, the first humans. To the heart-broken animals. The heart of every mammal. To the heart broken of every bird. To the broken heart of every reptile. I sing stronger to the broken heart of every animal in the ocean. To the broken heart of the vegetal kingdom. To the heart broken of the fungi realm. To the broken heart of every insect. To the broken heart of every bacteria and virus. To the heartbroken weather, to the broken heart of earth, water, earth and air, fire. And in the broken heart of the fire, we find Chicxulub. The one that broke our heart. And with strength, we sing to it to remind us that this broken heart brought us life. I am because of that broken heart. With all our bodies, push the beat of the heart to the center. Yo soy, 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 Take a deep breath. Our hands in our hearts. We honor the process that we have built all together. Take a deep breath, and exhaling, we honor our body. Take a deep breath, and by exhaling, you honor your soul. I take a deep breath, and on exhale, I honor my spirit. I honor and thank everyone that is around me. We set the intention today that all this energy and consciousness is sown here with this seed of rock that changed the history of Earth. I smile to remind my body that everything is okay. And I thank my personality for having taken me here and now. Take a deep breath, and I release the tension of my body. I shake my body. Take a deep breath and release everything that you have inside. Smile a little bit more. Smile stronger. And come back here and now. Bueno. ¿Qué pasó?
Que se le escucharon ese así,
Sí.
casi me cae.
He almost fell down, that's why. Thank you everybody for helping anchor this information. Thank you for coming here to give this information here. Next one in the North Pole. Bueno, so what we have done here is to set consciousness by organizing time in our head and our movement, so we can sow consciousness in the seed of this territory, because consciousness can transform this poison into medicine. Remember that we are not just working for the healing process of something in our present, but something that goes beyond in many dimensions. So remember that you have been always that, but every day more aware of this, you become seeds to move the cords between dimensions. That's why it's important for us to first, before doing any planetary task, to align ourselves with these holy trinities within ourselves. Every time that we do that within ourselves, so we are more coherent, so we can serve to the other, to the system. Of course, this is one tiny step of many others that we have to do. That some of those steps sometimes are going to be events, sometimes don't. So sometimes you will have to go alone to certain places. So sometimes you will have to go and do some tasks by yourselves and not to come here together. So these 3 days that we have been working together is not specifically for this task, it's a base for you to have somewhere where to start to organize your own path. So I hope this was useful for those who have been the 3 days. To anchor with our bodies. Thank you everybody for coming here with your bodies to anchor through the bodies something that goes beyond us. As I said, this is one more seed from an entire net of many things that are happening. So thank you for being part of that. Gracias, Guille. Gracias, Majo. Gracias a la organización, a Karina, a Silvina. ¿Quién más? Kiara, mi mamá. Gracias. Y Mónica, y todos los Caret también que nos ayudaron en todo. Así que, gracias. Sí. Y creo que hay que correr, como siempre. ¿Qué hora es? Ah, perfecto. Genial, listo. Les recuerdo que ahora tenemos que volver, así como estamos. Van a venir a la puerta, ¿sí? A la